It's no secret that Jeffrey Epstein gathered blackmail on countless people he associated with as leverage against him. ABC and NBC have both reported that Trump worked with the FBI in what led to his initial arrest. So is it any wonder Trump's name is mentioned so many times in those files after Epstein goes to jail? If Trump were guilty of anything in those files, don't you think it would have served as excellent ammo to prevent his reelection, or how about even his first term? But neither time that happened, did it? Isn't it strange that even in the face of these facts, there are still people out here drooling, waiting for something bad to be said about Trump? No regard to the victims, just hatred. Remember that one document that came out and implicated Trump? The victim's name was redacted, but guess what? You can easily find the unredacted version. And you know whose name they replaced with victim? Virginia Giuffre. Now, last year it was reported that she sadly committed suicide. Conveniently, now she can't rebuke that story. You know what I think? I think they wanted her to lie and she wouldn't do it. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't believe for a second that she offed herself. Nor did Epstein, of course. He's actually likely still alive. His trade runs much too deep in the world, and there are far too many people who would prefer he be alive. Some of you really need to use those walnuts in your skull and just think for a change. Your hatred for Trump has made it impossible for you to accept anything good the man may have done. Now, am I suggesting he's completely innocent? Hell no. Because I have access to the same incomplete information as everyone else. I'm just offering something else for you to think about. But the difference is I don't let my biases interfere with my thinking process. The truth matters, whatever that may be. And if it turns out that Trump is guilty of the terrible things found in those files, I'll be the first to tell you. Shit, even Bill Clinton exonerated him. He's either protecting a still alive Jeffrey Epstein or he's right. Had he come out and said the worst, the left would be celebrating in the streets, claiming they knew it all along. But after both Clintons testified and nothing came of it, it's crickets from the majority of Democrats. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because most of you are hypocrites. And so buried beneath your biases, Trump could literally cure cancer and you'd be hating him for it somehow. And then I have my own family members that it makes me sick that I'm related to such pitiable fools, even though I love them very much and would welcome them back into my life with open arms. But some of them actually believed that Trump was going to usher in a Handmaid's Tale type reality. Now these same people are out here fighting against his actions in Iran, as if you're trying to preserve a country that already has that type of reality. You just can't admit you were wrong. That is why the public is fed up with your ideologies. That is why you'll probably lose the midterms. That is why you're losing so many of your constituents. And if you don't wise up and move a little more to the center, it'll also be why you lose the next presidential race as well. I'm betting those who need to read this didn't even bother. Wouldn't want any truth to creep into that propaganda-filled skull now, would we? It deeply saddens me to see some of you dig in so hard on what is so obviously the wrong side of history. People will remember, especially the people of Iran.